It's live. You are now streaming live on Twitch. Alright, so what do you do?
Everyone.
What are you going to do, Mr. Nova?
Let's see. Hmm. Look at my spells here.
It's been a while since you've done combat, so yeah, you've got some options. People can be so confused when they don't see you have a goblin. They're gonna wonder what happened to your goblin.
Okay, so how close am I to the Minotaur? I'm like almost touching him, right?
You guys are both touching tips. You're both within reach of each other.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do.
Both are about 10 feet tall.
Use this.
Yeah, that's enough to hit him.
11 necrotic damage. Let's see. Now that's supposed to heal me as well, I believe.
Yeah, because it's vampiric.
Whoops. I didn't mean to do that twice. Okay, so let's see. On a hit, he takes 3d6 necrotic damage. You regain hit points equals to half the amount of necrotic damage.
Alright, so yeah, you get 5.
It says until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action.
And how long does it last?
Make a melee spell attack against a creature. It says here. Duration up to 1 minute.
Alright, so yeah, a bunch of rounds.
So what does this mean? Like every turn?
You can use like a melee attack action to do vampiric touch without having to cast it again. Basically, your hands light up bright green, like a violet green color, and you basically grab onto the Minotaur's shoulder, and you see his skin start to necrotize and turn a blackish color, and it screams in pain as you drain
like
some of his energy.
Kind of like the leader of the orcs in the Warcraft movie, right? When he like grabs the other orc and he like drains his life.
Sure, I've never seen that, but yeah. Alright, I think that's everything you're going to do unless you're going to move around.
It says, until the spell ends, you can make the attack again on each of your turns as an action.
Yep.
But does it use up my action?
Yes, because it's a melee attack.
But it's not going to cost me a spell again, right?
No. It'll last for 10 rounds. We're currently in like the first round.
So how much health is that? So I did 11 damage.
5.
So, we're rounding down?
Did it say you always round down, typically, unless it says otherwise.
Okay, so plus 5 health.
So the Mastiff bit at this Goblin Wolf Rider and got his head entangled in the harness of the Wolf Rider. And now he is attached.
It's funny.
Alright, Jor, he's yelling. He's like, hurry up in there now. My dogs can't hold these Wolf Riders. And he will load his crossbow. and take aim. And I can't find his sheet. There we go. Heavy crossbow. Goblin Wolf Rider. I believe he hits him. Hits one of them that are attacking his dog for 1 piercing damage. It barely grazes the Goblin Rider's cheek. And then he'll use his action to reload. His movement to reload.
Poor dog.
Alright, Goblin Wolf Rider 2. I believe they killed the goblin off that one. It's just the warg left. It'll attack the mastiff. It hits the mastiff and it just kind of just mauls the mastiff at the throat like a pit bull would to a dog or a small child. Jor yells over at you, "All my dogs are down. They're coming after me next. Hurry up in there." The warg will move towards him.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, with your passive perception, you see the door to that war room open up, and then after a few seconds, it closes again.
Which door?
This one right here.
I don't see you pointing.
This one right here.
Oh, that one? Oh. So it opens and closes.
Mm-hmm. Alright, next the Goblin Wolf Rider. He will line himself up with Jor, and then he's going to start taking some shots off at him with his short bow. Two shots off. He hits Jor with the first attack. It hits Jor in the leg through part of his leg, not like a direct hit in his leg. So it does 5 damage to him. Oh, you're not seeing those rolls, are you?
No.
Damn it. I'm rolling to myself. I'll make it more public. Alright, next up is the Minotaur that's on you. And he will swing at you with his great axe recklessly. He kind of backs up a step or two and tries to put all his might into the swing.
Damn.
15 slashing. He comes down with a crash of his great axe, slashing into your robe, which thankfully is resistant to slashing.
Let's see here. So my armor class is 13.
You can see snot and sweat beating off his muzzle and his nose, his brow, and glistening all over his bull body. It looks at you and smirks menacingly.
So how much damage was that?
That would be 7.
I'm gonna parry it again.
Alright, go for it.
6, 4, so that's 3 damage. Okay. So I'm down to. Sorry, did I say 4 damage?
You should have taken 3.
3. So I'm at 35 health. Okay.
Alright, you're up.
So I'm gonna use the Vampiric Touch again.
Alright, 14's a hit. You actually have advantage on the roll as well, but 14 will hit.
So I do 9 necrotic damage, and I'm gonna use. Let's see. 1 Power Surge. So the Power Surge, what it does is when I deal damage to a creature with a wizard spell, you can spend 1 Power Surge to deal extra force damage to that target. The extra damage equals half of your wizard level. Oh, what is my level? 6, so I would do 3 damage. Now, does that count as extra healing?
I'm sorry?
Does that count as healing? Since I'm doing it with the Vampiric Touch?
The Surge?
Yeah. It's
Actually,
extra force. It's an extra force damage that I'm doing with the Vampiric Touch.
Vampiric Touch does necrotic damage. You'd only get the healing from the necrotic part.
Okay, so plus 3 damage, so it would be 12. And I heal for 4.
So 3 additional.
Yeah.
Alright, so all the Mastiffs are dead. Jor's up. He pulls out his mace, and he's going to swing at the warg that's on him. He'll hit him twice for 10 damage. Starts beating on the warg as it yelps in pain. It's got a lot of bruises and smashed fur where the mace hits. And Jor yells to you as, I might be able to take this one, but I don't know about both. Alright, warg is up. It's going to launch itself at Jor. And he needs to make a strength save or he's going to be knocked down. He passes, but he'll take 10 piercing damage as the warg sinks its teeth into his calf muscle, and he shakes himself away from it. All right, second Wolf Rider. It's gonna come charging in against Yor, and it's gonna let loose a goblin war cry of die human, and he'll get his 2 attacks. He'll hit him with one of his short swords for 7 damage. Stabbing him into the side of his arm, cutting him across it. Kind of grunts in pain, but he grits his teeth and bears it. And Minotaur's up.
Do I get any additional bonuses to having the big potion?
It makes you harder to grapple. You won't have advantage on his grapple against dukes as big as him, but it helps you on all your skill checks usually. not much in combat.
Gotcha.
It also gives you reach. It does give you 10-foot reach with your melee attacks.
That's pretty cool.
All right,
That's
yeah.
exactly what I
So
need.
he's gonna slam at you with his great axe again. Make a bunch of bull sounds, and he's gonna grunt a bunch, and he's
Damn.
gonna swing at you for 23 damage.
23 damage. So that would be 11?
Yes.
I think I have one power left. Probably gonna use it. Yeah, I'm gonna use it. 4.
All right, you're up.
7. 32 health. Okay. Let's see.
Jor yells at you from outside. He's like, "Have you taken care of that Minotaur yet?"
I scream at him that I'm dealing with it. Let's see. I'm just reading this description here.
Did I ever tell you I hate goblins?
Okay, so. What was that spell that I had that shot lightning in a straight?
I believe that is your sword.
That's just like my basic sword, eh?
Your Valeri's Revenge. It's one of your abilities on your sheet there.
Let's see. Okay. So I have this one, but I also have something called the lightning. Not the lightning. I have something called the blue flame blade. Trying to see which one does the most amount of damage.
Oh, I got you. Yeah, it applies your melee attack.
So this one does an extra 1d8 fire damage to the target, and the fire damage to the second creature increases to 1d8 plus your spell casting. I think I'm going to use my sword for now. So do I click the Elven Blade attack, or do I just use Valeri's Revenge? Or both?
I believe it's when you make a melee attack with your sword.
So I would do this. So that's the Valeri's Revenge, right?
Oh, yeah, it's a bonus action. You use a bonus action to do it. So you can do
Okay.
a melee attack, and then you can do that as a bonus action.
So it'd be 26. So 11 slashing. And I'm going to, since I'm still touching the Minotaur, I'm just going to move a little bit off to the side at the entrance of the building, and I'm going to slash my sword at the Goblin Wolf Rider. I'm gonna hit him for 11 slashing, and then they're gonna take an additional 13 lightning to both of them because they're in a straight line.
Wait, you're doing the well right here. Oh yeah, you can see them. Yeah, they're right next to you where you are. So you're gonna use
Yeah.
the Valera's Revenge on the goblins and the melee blade attack on Minotaur.
Is that possible? I thought it had to be like in a straight line in the direction that I'm attacking. Kind of
Straight
like I
line.
swipe my.
So like, if you attack him, it'd be that would be a. I don't want that. That's not the right tool.
I would have to attack the rider for the lightning to hurt the riders.
Where's my erase tool? The hell? Did they change things around on here? Clear drawing. Where's my freaking ruler tool? There you go. All right, so yes, it'd be like that would be a straight line. This would be a straight line. That would be a straight line.
Yeah, so I'll attack the rider to the right.
With the melee, with your blade as well?
Well, okay, if I attack the Minotaur with my blade, can I do the straight line of damage to the other two riders?
Yeah, because it's a separate thing. It's a bonus action.
Okay, so I'll attack the Minotaur.
So
I'll do the lightning to the right.
So he'll take 11, and then those two. I have to roll for them.
Yeah, so he'll take 11, the other two will take 13. If they can save
Yeah, I gotta do
their
theirs.
dexterity.
They do not. Alright, so one of the wargs gets hit by the lightning bolt, and it just tears through its body, and it gives a loud yelp before it collapses on the ground. A charred hole through both sides of its body.
Nice.
And then your slash hits the Minotaur across the torso, leaving a very deep gash across him, and it bellows in agony in a bullish snort. All right, Jor looks over to you. He's like, he gives you a nod of thanks, and he attacks the Goblin Wolf Rider with his mace. Oh yeah, he fucks them both up. Yeah, he clocks the Goblin off. You just hear like this sick crack as the Goblin's head splits and it falls in a heap off the warg. And then for his second attack, he wheels around and he hits the warg right on top of the head, and draws it. The force of the mace causes its teeth to go through its own mouth as it goes to the ground.
Yikes.
And then you just hear him go, "Goddamn goblins. Killed my dogs." So after that one dies, you hear the clattering of armor, rustling of armor, and clattering of footsteps as the door to the two guard towers in the courtyard erupts with a hobgoblin coming from each one. And they assess the situation, see what's going on, and they draw their weapons, and they will be added to the initiative. They both look at each other and they yell, "We're coming, Wormlord!"
Oh my god. Intelligence.
Oh, whoops, that wasn't initiative. That's not what I was looking for.
It's a pretty dumb hobgoblin.
That was the wrong button.
And I'm not sure at that intelligence level. I'm not sure he would know which way to hold a sword.
I meant to do this. There, now they're correct. All right, you hear with your passive perception some kind of rummaging going on from the war room. Like the clattering of tables being knocked over, chairs knocked over, that kind of thing.
And the war room is the room to my left? Or
Yeah,
above
it's
me?
this one right here.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
All right, Minotaur is up. It looks at you, looks down at its chest, the blood pouring out, and you see it just start huffing and puffing. It's like, and it swings at you with its great two-handed axe.
Oh. 9. I actually blocked the 9.
Well, he
I blocked both?
He has advantage, so he rolled a 13. That's what he rolled.
I can block that. I match it.
You have to remember, you have to exceed.
So my armor class is 13, but I have the ability that increases my AC by +2. So my arcane deflection, you can use your reaction to gain a +2 bonus to your AC.
Mm-hmm. So that would work.
Yeah.
So yeah, his blow, aiming for your head, and you kind of put up your palm on your left hand, and you just see this flash of brilliant blue light form like a small shield around your hand as his weapon deflects off of it.
Nice.
Right, you're up.
All right, let's see here. So I noticed the two goblins running into the courtyard. I could see them at the angle. So I'm going to use one of my level 3 spells. I'm going to use... Actually, I think I have an ability that lets me raise my spell level, right? So let's see here. Forget what it's called though.
I think it was an artifact, like a piece of jewelry. I think it was a necklace that you got.
Yeah, I have to find it. Is it brooch? Okay, Taldori brooch, magical. Oh, it says I have 0 charges. It resets at dawn. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I'm going to choose to do level 3 fireball.
You can tell from the sashes the hobgoblin veterans are wearing that they don't look like the regular foot soldiers. They wear the sashes of the more veteran units. So you know they're probably going to be a little bit more of a tougher challenge. Oh, you're just going on with good old fireball?
Yeah. So I'm going to do that right in between both of them from the angle that I'm at.
Alright, let's roll for them. Roll their dexes. Yeah, they're not going to do so well. Alright, so your fireball explodes in the middle of them. It knocks them both, against the wall, and they're just covered with burn marks, and parts of their armor are still on fire. They both are shrieking in pain from the burns they've received from it. But they're still alive. Still alive.
Wow, 31 damage. Holy shit. Are they on fire?
Parts of them are.
Isn't like the AoE of a fireball that they're on fire?
No, not necessarily.
Let's see.
It's kind of part of the damage. Take into account with the damage. They look very disoriented and confused after the fireball has hit them. They're kind of
Is it
trying to get their bearings.
what's like their surroundings? Is there like wood or anything like that that would catch on fire?
No, it's well, some of the debris is on fire near them, but it's like little tables and stuff. Nothing that would cause like a forest fire in the area. And dirt floor and stone tower that they just came out of,
Mm.
which are now singed black from the blast. And a small crater is in the ground there.
I'm gonna scream at Jor. I hope they don't plan on having a picnic soon.
George looks at you and he goes, "Just take care of the big fella. I'll hold off these two." And he moves behind cover on this boulder here, and he
Mm-hmm.
aims around it with his crossbow. He's gonna shoot at this hobgoblin. Yikes! Yeah, he shoots at him, but his bolt flies and hits the stone wall next to him. He's not gonna be able to reload until next turn because he moved.
Okay.
All right, first hobgoblin veteran is up. They can go 30 feet. So he'll be able to close in on Jor. To get to there. And he yells at Jor. He goes, "Cursed human, did you throw that fireball at us? You'll pay for that mistake." And he swings at him with his longsword.
Yikes.
So it is just going to be the first one, because the second one is if two hands are being used. So it's 3 damage. He's got a sword and shield. All right, second one's going to surround him, and he yells at his comrades like, "Let's get him, Gordak! Double team on both sides. Remember, pierce through the ribs for the heart." And he has a martial advantage. He can deal extra 2d6 damage to a creature it hits with a weapon attack if it's within 5 feet of an ally of the hobgoblin that isn't knocked out. So his 16 will hit, and his martial advantage will add 7. So he'll do 11 damage to Jor. Kind of stabs him in his back through the side. And Jor, screams in pain. He goes, "Where are you, wizard? I'm getting jumped again. There's more of these bastards out here." All right. The shuffling in that room has stopped. You don't hear anything else coming from that room. And then Minotaur is up. Minotaur kind of levels its great axe, and it seems to be judging you where it's going to try to strike at you, where you won't be able to deflect them. Then it's going to huff and puff, and he's going to throw his great axe with all his might. 15 slashing.
7 damage. Savage. 25. Okay. Not much I can do with that.
Yeah, you hear it speak some language to you. You don't quite understand. It's just like, you don't think it's happy with you though. Something not nice. All right, you're up.
I just realized I had 3 empower spells in my sheet.
Oh, what is
Uh,
see what language you actually know. You might know what he said. Let's see. I forgot to look at your languages. They're elven, common, gnome, dwarven, goblin, draconic, infernal giant. No, you don't know what he said.
Which creature? The Minotaur?
Yeah. But you're
Hmm.
up. You're up, dog.
Trying to think. How injured does the Minotaur look?
Let's see. He's pretty badly damaged. The gash is bleeding even more profusely now that he's been putting a lot of his strength and effort into killing you with his axe. The necrotic wounds on his torso haven't healed up or anything like that. They look to be festering.
Alright. So I'm gonna use... So... 2, hit for 9. And we'll do Blaze Revenge.
You do realize it could hit Jor. Unless you have something. Wait, I think you have abilities to sculpt spells, don't you?
Yeah. It's called
Yeah.
Sculpt Spell.
Yeah, I'm
So
pretty sure we've given you that. Yeah, so it
it would
wouldn't
hit
hit
the
him.
guy. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my sword. I'm gonna hit the Minotaur chest. I'm gonna aim for the chest and I'll shoot the lightning at the guy in front of Jor.
Yeah, he dodges nimbly out of the way. And he goes, "You're not the
Wow.
wizard." And the Minotaur, yeah, you'll stab him, and you'll stab him through his abdomen. It looks confused, and then it gets real angry. Look in its eyes as they glow red with fury.
Jeez.
As you withdraw your sword, it flinches a bit, and it kind of stumbles in its spot, but it maintains its aggressive posture. All right, Jor, he's looking rough for wear as well, so he's gonna start just randomly swing with his mace, trying to hit these hobgoblins that are on him. His first attack will miss, but his second attack will also actually miss. The hobgoblins just deflect his attacks with their mace, and they both like grin at each other and have a good laugh. And like, ah, look at this human! Look at him dying. He can barely even fight anymore. All right, next hobgoblin, he will attack with his longsword with martial advantage.
Ooh, that's a. Oh no.
That's not good.
Wait, is that a fail?
It's a fail because it's red.
Hmm. So I guess
Call
that means his.
call
Does
it evens or odds.
odds?
All right, yeah, he swings and he just misses with his sword. He looks like he kind of flips into his hand and catches it backwards, so he can kind of do a reverse swing on his next attack. But he nearly dropped it. All right, second one. Yeah, he just straight up gets deflected by Jor as Jor puts on like a pathetic defense with his mace, but he manages to deflect the attack. And he says he goes, Gordak, this one still has some fight left. He's still able to deflect some attacks. They kind of position themselves around him for their next assault. You hear the door to the war room kind of creak open. Not all the way. You would suspect enough for someone to poke their head out and kind of see what's going on in the room. Then the Minotaur, he kind of takes a step back and he positions himself, and he tries to put all his force into the next swing.
With his fist?
No, with his great axe.
I thought he threw the great axe.
No, I meant like he threw all his might into it.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, he misses as you dodge out of the way nimbly. His great axe smashes into the ground, leaving a large rent in the ground, throwing up pebbles and cobble and cement from the ground to the surrounding area.
As he swings downwards, can I like kick the axe out of his hand?
Negative. You don't have any that kinds of abilities. While you do have some martial prowess, you're not a full-on warrior of those sorts that would have those maneuvers. Not yet, anyway. Not yet, anyway. All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna.
Oh, wait, hold on. He has advantage on his attacks. He gets one more roll. Oh, even worse. Go ahead and call it evens or odds.
But since doesn't he have advantage, so he gets a 9?
Yeah, it was
instead of a
9
7?
and... Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead.
Yeah. Let's see. So I'm gonna use my vampiric touch. How do I use it a level higher than this? Is that
You have to
possible?
recast it at the higher level.
Because it won't let me if I just click it. The damage increases by 1d6 for each slot. So can I just roll another 1d6?
Well, you've already cast it at the level before, so you'd have to actually recast the spell to get it at a higher level.
It says when you cast a spell using a spell slot of 4th level or higher, the damage increases by 1d6 for each slot level.
You probably don't have
third.
you probably don't have a 4th level spell slot. That's probably why.
Well, it doesn't give me the option. Like if I click Fireball, it gives me the option to cast like level 3, 4, 5, etc. But the vampiric touch, the site doesn't allow me to.
I'm not sure, but like I said, you would have to cast this unless if you want to use up another spell slot, you have to. But you have to actually have this 4th level spell slot available to do that. Which you don't.
No, because it's called Empower Spell, so it raises it by 1 level.
Oh, that's right, that one.
Or I can actually, I'll actually raise it by 2 levels.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you'd have to be able to recast this. Do you want to recast the spell? If you want to recast it, that's fine.
Because I'm not casting it because it's supposed to last a minute, right?
Yeah, but that's
so
the one you cast at that level.
So I can't just like increase the intensity of it while it's still going?
No, because the spell has already been cast. You'd have to recast it with using that magical
item. Okay. I'll just use my sword then.
Because right now it's an ongoing effect. Is it a concentration spell too? Usually those are concentration spells.
Let's see.
Yeah, it is. It's check.
Components, verbal, and S.
Well, you see check concentrations check mark. But you haven't taken any damage since casting it, so You haven't had to make any checks.
So I'm gonna use that attack.
Actually, you have taken damage a few times, but yeah, just go ahead and you can roll. Roll like 2 concentration checks. I think you took like 2 hits from him.
Oh wait, fireball. That's not what I meant to do. So, okay, I don't know what the site is doing. Okay, let's just start over.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not gonna use the vampiric touch. Okay, so concentration rolls.
Yeah, I just made 2. Pretty sure you got hit like twice.
Okay, concentration. Let's see here. I don't see concentration roll anywhere. What kind of roll is it? Like
it should be under your spells list. Let's see. Used to be a clickable thing for it. I think it's just your attack modifier, spell casting ability plus your caster level. Let's look it up real quick.
Constitution. Isn't it like Constitution or something? Or
I'll tell you in a second. Right here. Yeah, you're right. It is casting and taking damage. Yes.
Constitution's not very high. Or would it be intelligence since it's
Yeah, it's Constitution saving throw. Go ahead.
Okay, so how many do you want me to roll?
Just 2.
Okay. So I don't know if I have advantage or not.
No.
No? Okay.
So 19 was good, but the 3 is not good. So you would lose. You would not have that spell. You'd have to recast it.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I'll start with my attack again. And I still roll with advantage, right?
Against the Minotaur, yes.
Okay. So, Elven Blade. Oh, it's a crit.
Rip Minotaur.
Nice. And I'm going to use... So does my lightning crit as well?
That would be the blade.
And then I do a DC 16... 12 damage to the hobgoblin. That's within my line of sight. Oh, that's a fail.
Yeah, so the hobgoblin gets hit by the lightning, and he starts like vibrating violently and making guttural sounds, and then the lightning ends, and he can barely stand up. He's bracing himself against the rock.
Oh my god.
He's looking all about dazed. One of his eyes is like completely filled with blood. Like he's messed up pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Wait, okay, I have a question. Would I be able to like calculate the damage on the Minotaur and then move into position and use the lightning sideways? Or that's not doable? Because it's considered a bonus action?
Well, it'd be hard to move into sideways with them because you'd have to get here, and it's being blocked right now by him.
That's true way. There's no path. Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
All right. So, where'd you hit the scimitar or the Minotaur?
So I aimed for the hole that was already in his chest. I figured that'd be a good way to get my sword in.
Yeah. So he swings at you. You duck under the swing, and you come up from underneath him with your blade, straight through the large gash in his chest. And you feel your blade hit his thick bull heart, and your sword rams out the back of him. And your sword starts to pulse with electric energy and starts to shock him at the same time. And he just starts making these violent bull sounds. And he drops his great axe on the floor and becomes limp on your sword. And since you're so big, you let him down softly. He still makes a large crashing sound, and just all this dust and debris just flies up into the air. He is now dead. All right. You do have a move action still if you want to use it. You're still 10 feet tall, and your head almost hits the ceiling in this room.
I'm gonna run towards the goblin to the right. I'm gonna scream at Jordan I'm coming to back him up.
All right, go ahead. Move where you want to go.
Let's see.
Now you do have 10-foot reach, so you can hit 2 squares around you with your melee attacks. So you
So
can,
I could like stand.
exactly. You can go there and you can hit both of them.
Really? So I could hit both of them at the same time?
No, not same time, but you can hit one or the other. If you had double attack,
So as I'm like swiping my sword, I could reach both of them with one swipe, kind of deal.
There are cleave attacks. You don't have those though.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna place myself right here, a little bit to the right side.
All right. Jor's gonna see some initiative here, and he's going to make his double mace attacks. All right.
So the reason why, the reason why I put myself there is because I want to keep an eye out in that room, you know, because I do remember that someone opening and closing the door over there.
So
want to make sure we don't get flanked.
Jor's first attack ricochets off of one of the hobgoblin's shield, and his second attack strikes the hobgoblin that was all messed up, and he just hits him right in the face plate and smashes his helmet right into his face. And the goblin sputters as blood, teeth fly from his mouth and face, and he just falls to the ground trying to breathe and stops moving. Jor goes, I got one of the bastards, as he holds his side where he's been pretty badly wounded. Alright, the other hobgoblin goes, you bastard, you killed Gordak, you will pay for that. I will fight you to the death. He stabs Jor for 6 damage.
Uh-oh.
And stabs him right through his right shoulder. He goes, feel the pain, human. Feel the pain of what you did to my brother in arms. Alright. You can hear movement going on in the room you just came from. And you hear somebody like trip and fall and then curse very loudly in, let's see what language. Apparently, I don't have his thing up. Keep losing things. In Goblin, you hear someone go, God damn it! Stupid Minotaur, Karklin, your body's in the way. And let's see. Karklin's
Wait,
dead.
say that again? So what did he scream?
He goes, bloody hell, stupid Minotaur, Kirklian, you're supposed to kill these damn wizard and his human pet. you can see like an outline of where there's like a handprint in the blood and like a big area that's kind of all blotchy and smeared up. I'll show you where. Right here. This square here by the rock.
Where?
I'll
I
just
don't
draw.
see it.
I'll just draw. I was in the wrong window. It's right here, in front of the owl bear statue.
So what's there?
That's where you hear the commotion come from, and you can see like the blood patterns have been disrupted. There's like a handprint in the ground there, and it just looks
Can I
smeared.
can I do like a visual check to see if there's like footsteps walking away, like
Uh,
footsteps of blood?
Currently, right now, it looks like someone has fallen, slipped, and fallen. That was the end of their movement. All right, you're up.
Um, we're gonna move in this direction. And do I notice anything?
No, like you said, whoever fell there, clearly to your intelligence, is invisible, and they must have fallen in the blood and are still. They ended their movement prone at that spot.
Trying to think. Do I know anything about invisibility spells? What like can I do like some kind of check to see if I know anything about invisibility? So maybe like wisdom,
You know, it makes people
intelligence check.
invisible.
What?
You know, it makes people invisible.
What? Like a cloak or like a potion or like a spell?
You would know that any of those things could cause invisibility. You do know that
So what?
there's regular invisibility and there's greater invisibility. Regular invisibility, if somebody takes an attack action from it, they'll reveal themselves.
Yeah, but you would have to know exactly where the person is, though, wouldn't you?
Once you attack, when you're visible and you make an attack, you'll become visible.
So if I feel like I know that somebody's there and I make an attack, he instantly becomes visible.
If you hit him, yes.
So okay.
You will have disadvantage on the attack roll into that square.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Oh, okay. Now I have something called Shatter. I'm trying to see. I don't have it listed as one of my active spells, so I can't use that.
No, actually, it says they don't become uninvisible unless they attack or cast a spell. So you could hit him technically, and he wouldn't break invisibility unless he attacks you back or casts a spell.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So, if I use this, I'm just so that you can see the description. If I use this, I use that, is that like okay? So that is a one action, right? So I wouldn't be able to attack him,
right?
But if I can detect it, can I like tackle him?
You won't detect an invisible person with that. You will detect that there's a magic spell being used within the vicinity that registers as the magic used for invisibility.
Because I was thinking I could do that, and then maybe I could do like a counter spell to deactivate it. Because I only have one level 3 spell left. I don't know if I want to risk using my counter spell. Or I have this spell and I have counter spell. So I guess it would be called Dispel, right? Choose any creature, object, or magical effect within range.
Yeah, it says you see a faint aura around any visible creature or object. They're not visible, so you wouldn't see where they are. You just know that the presence of illusion magic is within your vicinity.
But what about Dispel Magic? So I would have to choose
You'd have
any
to be able
creature.
to. You'd have to be able to choose them. What you can't, if you can't see them, then you can't choose them.
What about Counterspell? Since it's an active spell,
Counterspell is a reaction spell in response to another spellcaster casting something.
and if he's currently casting the invisibility,
He's
doesn't that
not. He's
count?
not currently casting. He's already cast it. The spell
But,
is an active ability on himself.
so I don't have anything that could reveal him then.
Nothing at this level.
Oh, so
A
what?
anti-magic shell would reveal him, because that basically dispels any magical effect within an area.
Let's see. Fishing kit, potion of speed, hold person. I have something called it hold person's spell scroll. What about that? Bag of holding, red potion. What about hold person spell scroll?
You have to be able to see him or touch him. Let's see what it says. Hold person. I'm pretty sure as long as you can grab him. So you'd have to risk. You'd have to risk hitting him, grabbing him. Oh no! Choose a humanoid that you can see within range. Yeah, you don't see him.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking about doing. I'm gonna run over to where I heard the commotion, right beside the Minotaur. I'm like right about like here, right? I'm gonna pull out my bottle of black ink in my bag. I'm gonna throw it. I'm gonna throw it in that area. Bottle of black ink. What happens?
I mean, from what you can see of the blood pool, you see that there's an
Yeah.
object taking up the blood.
So
Like
I can
there's
actually see like the
something.
form.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's
You can
covered in blood.
no, you can see on the floor two handprints, and then a big if as if somebody was kneeling down, and then you can see roll underneath the bed. There's like a large poster rolled up, looks like parchment.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of those kind of scattered about as if somebody dropped them.
Yeah. But so if I can tell that he's in the
You could try to grapple them if you want.
Yeah, but that wouldn't disable the spell though. What would that accomplish?
You'd be holding an invisible person in your hands, your arms.
Yeah, but he could just like struggle out, and if he gets out, I have no way of getting him back. And you said if I attack him with my sword, he still stays invisible, so he can just run away.
Grappling is an attack action. So if he tried to break the grapple, he would break his invisibility.
All right, I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump and try and grab whatever is on top of the blood.
Go ahead and make your attack.
What would that count as?
It's just a basic attack action.
Just a basic attack,
So
like with
your
my
weapon.
blade.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'd be like this with this together.
So 9 and 12?
Mm-hmm. Oh, do you want me to re-roll? Because I did it with advantage.
It doesn't matter. You just take either of the lowest of them. It works the same.
9?
Alright, so the only reason this succeeded is that he's actually prone. And a grapple on a prone guy is going to be an auto success.
Really? Interesting.
Alright, so you're grappling, you're holding something, some kind of humanoid, and he says, "Let me go, you big oaf! Let me go! Do you know who you're messing with? I'm a worm lord."
I'm gonna scream at him. If he doesn't reveal himself, I'm gonna stab him in the stomach. And I'm gonna well, I mean, I'm holding him, so I can't exactly pull out my dagger, but well, I'm gonna threaten him.
You're holding him with one arm, so you can always use your other free hand to do something. Grapple only needs one free hand.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna pull out my dagger and hold it up against his side.
Alright, Hobgoblin stabs Jor again. Yikes. He stabs Jor through the midsection, and Jor claps onto the blade, and he has all this blood spitting up from his mouth, and he goes, "Burning hell, you ugly ass goblin bastard," and he spits a bunch of blood in the Hobgoblin's face before he kind of goes limp on the blade of the sword.
Fuck. Rip. He served his purpose.
Alright, let's look and see what we got here. So he's prone. He will try to escape. He's going to have disadvantage, though. Let's see. He might try that. Let's see what else he has here. He can cast spells, but they'll be. Oh, maybe he won't be able to. See, because he needs to have a somatic component. Because you're currently grappling him. He doesn't have somatic capabilities right
For what? Somatic for what?
now for casting spells.
Okay.
Oh, he does have this though. All right, he's gonna do this to you. He's like, "Get off me, you giant ape creature!"
So, I mean, I have advantage on any kind of rolls, right? Because I'm a giant.
He's using a wand of magic missile on you.
Is he revealed now that he's attacked me?
Yeah, he will be revealed. I just need to decide. He's probably gonna. Let's see. Yeah, he's just gonna use all the charges on you because he wants to get the fuck out of here. 26.
Is it does he shoot me with disadvantage because he's prone?
No. Magic missiles, buddy. You know what magic missiles do.
I have a defense against that though. Remember my ability that protects me against magic missiles?
Oh, you do. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm. First time I've used it actually. Just have to find So I'm trying to find the one that protects me against that.
All right, so it's your broche, I believe. All right, so you see him revealed. He's laying kind of on his knees. You're holding him like his shoulders, like both of his shoulders on his arms, and you can see that he's got his hand at his belt, and he's directing the wand of magic missiles up towards you, and the missiles are shooting out like crazy, and they just seem to be veering left, right, over your head, under your leg, and they're just all the missiles are slamming into the sides of this room all over the place, just creating pock marks all over the room. And he's like, "What the hell?" All right, roll a d20 for me.
Roll a d20.
Mhm.
Okay, 20. Oh shit!
Nice, good
Is
job.
that good?
That's good for him.
Wait, what?
So if you would have rolled a 1, his wand would have been destroyed.
Oh.
He's like, "Shit, was this?" He's like, "Is this a fake wand of magic missiles? What the hell's going on here? What do you have? What sorcery do you have?" All right, you're up.
What's he look like? Can you make his picture bigger?
Yeah,
I can't really see him.
I believe I actually have a handout I can give
Is this session going to be recorded on your channel?
you. I believe it's saved. Yeah, well, it should automatically save. Yeah, I can put it up on the channel.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That way we can save the progress and people can like watch along.
Yeah.
Will that come later?
Looks like this.
Jesus Christ, what is that? It's like a hairy goblin.
He's a hob. Well, he's like a bugbear. That's what he is. He's a bugbear.
Hmm. What do I know about? Is that like a different species than the hobgoblins?
I don't know. Roll intelligence check or arcana check.
Or kind of check, okay? Uh,
Either one, whichever is better.
17.
Yeah, so bugbears, are a type of goblinoid. They're like bigger brothers to goblins, like hobgoblins. Hobgoblins, bugbears, goblins, they're all goblinoid type creatures. Yeah, distantly related to hobgoblins. They're usually used as like root enforcers, or typically not magic casters. But some have gotten the intelligence to dabble in sorcery.
How strong are they in their spells? Like, are they are they known for like being strong spellcasters? Or are they more like?
They're typically more grunt level troops, shock troops. Typically, they speak Goblin. That's how you understood him. That's how you understand him now. He's talking to you in Goblin. They resemble hairy feral goblins, usually about 7 feet tall. Take their noses and claws, which are similar to those of bears. Often arm themselves in a variety of gear from fallen enemies.
I'm gonna. Am I capable of charming him? You must make a
On your
wisdom
turn.
saving throw. Oh, it's not my turn yet?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me shrink him back down. But for him to ascend to this level, he had to have been pretty cunning. Oops. Did not mean to get rid of him. There you go. And he's current. Let's give him a token for his snare. Let's see. Why did my turn already get messed up? All right, so he went, and then actually, yeah, it is your turn now. You charming person on him.
I'm thinking I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Because I can't like attack the other one and finish off the other one while I'm grappling him. So I'm gonna try and do charm.
All right. Let's see.
It's verbal and somatic. Duration 1 hour.
See, the only problem with that is it requires a somatic component, and you're currently got your hands full.
Do I not have a hand available?
No, generally verbal and somatic requires both hands, or somatic requires both
Okay. Do.
Actually, it says, I looked it up, it says it must have free use of at least one hand. So yeah, you could do it. Go for it.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm actually going to cast this as a, let me see. What
So
level is
wisdom
it?
saving throw.
I'm casting this as a level 2 spell.
You can target an additional
So that
creature.
means,
The only issue is you don't see the other hobgoblin right now. He's behind a wall.
Okay, so just a basic level then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's wisdom save.
And does so with advantage if your companion are fighting it.
He also has an ability called Heart of Progak, which is Bugbear God. Gives him advantage on charmed effects.
Oh shit.
He's like, oh, hold your sharp goblin tongue, wizard. You will not be convincing me today of anything. I fight for Azor Cool. Alright, this guy's gonna come in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He comes charging and he's like, Wormlord, I will save you from this giant human wizard that's standing here. I'll stab him for you. Oh man, where's this? Alright, Venom. And he's gonna have oh, that's right, let's see. Creature that isn't incapacitated. Yeah, so he gets martial advantage on it because the Wormlord's there with him.
Mm-hmm. But
So,
it's a different race though. Does that count?
yeah, ally,
Or does that
an
it has to
ally
be
of the
like an
Hobgoblin.
ally?
Yeah, any ally.
Oh, gotcha, guys.
So 23 to attack, so 9 slashing and 9, so 18 slashing.
18 slashing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you kind of forgot about him as he entered the room and just slashes across your backside.
That's 9 damage. So I'm at 16 health. So I'm feeling desperate. But it's that guy's turn, right? The guy on the ground. Okay. Oh wait, can I not block his martial advantage?
No, that's just adds extra damage if he hits.
Oh. All right, what
All
happens
right, so
next?
he can cast as well then if he has a free hand. Let's see what he can do. Let's see. He will try to charm you back.
Oh my god. Bastard. What happens now?
You just roll Wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Wisdom saving throw, and I got +4 advantage. I don't know if it's automatically calculated, but I can use my one of my things to add a +4. So I'm gonna add +4
Yeah, 18's
bonus to
good
that
enough.
to the
You don't have to add.
cool.
It's only a 15 save. Got it. He mumbles the spell that you recognize as charm person and sees you has an effect on you. He goes, "I see you're strong in the arcane arts as I am." All right, you're up.
What's the name of his god again? The burning what now?
You know that bugbears worship Rugek,
Aren't they called like the burning something, burning hand of something,
Red Hand of Doom.
red hand June? Well, I'm gonna use. Let's see. Empower spell, and I'm gonna raise my fireball level 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna blow the entire fucking room up. Oh well, I'm gonna make the explosion a little bit off to the right because I don't want to burn the scrolls that he dropped. Kind of interested in knowing what the scrolls are, so I'm gonna like shoot it a little bit behind.
Yeah, just enough to be on the periphery. I got you.
Yeah.
That's pretty low for such a high level cast. But it's enough to kill this hobgoblin. He just gets engulfed in the flames. You see him put up like his shield and his sword arm to like try to block the flames, but they just
Mhm.
engulf him completely. And once the flames will clear, you'll see that he's still standing in place, but he's kind of melded to the owl bear statue that he's next to, and just
He's
charged,
dead.
just completely
He's just
charged.
dead.
Yeah, he's completely
Thank
charged.
God. Uh,
And does that
what
hit?
about the other?
It hits him too, right?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So in the flame engulfs the Minotaur body as well, and engulfs him. And you hear him screaming and writhing in pain in your in your arms as the flames whip over him. And after the flames subside, you can see he's very badly burned, very badly. Like half his body is just completely charred. He's just like looking up to you. He's like, "Please, no more, please. I submit. Please don't kill me."
I go, okay. I accept your surrender. I'm gonna pull out my rope and I'm gonna try and tie his hands. If you fight me, I'll finish you.
Yeah, he's not going to.
Alright, so I'm gonna proceed to tie his hands with my rope and tie his feet as well. It's my expert knotting skills. My rope tying skills. while I'm tying his hands and his feet, I tell him the story about how we learned how to tie rope in the first day in class at the academy.
He's very silent for a while. You see, like, he's bleeding from a lot of his burn spots, and he looks very weak at this point. It's a fireball decimated a lot of his fight. He goes, "You think you can win against the Red Hand? I'm not even a top tier echelon worm lord. You haven't gone against anything yet."
I'm gonna tell him I went up against your dragon and survived. Trying to like hint at him that I like beat the dragon, you know, trying to lead him on, make him think that I killed his dragon.
He's like, "Wow, so brave. Saw a dragon and ran from it."
Let's see what you have written on your scrolls here. I'm gonna pick up the scrolls and read them.
You see that it's reports on Drellin Ferry, like the troop strength, the ongoings of civilians along the walls, the coming and goings of merchants, and I believe you may already have one of the maps that talk of their attacks. You have the Red Hand invasion plans, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a copy of that map as well.
So I asked him, what was he doing back here?
He goes, "Wormlord Koth."
What about it?
"My name is Wormlord Koth."
I don't care what your name is. I want to know what you were doing here.
Like, "Third Wormlord of High Lord Azur Kul's Red Hand of Doom."
I'm like, okay, we can play that game. I'm gonna knock him out with the bottom of my sword handle. Just like whack him across the skull.
Yeah, it doesn't take much force to knock him out after the fireball he's taken.
I'm gonna look around. Well, first I'm gonna go to Jor. I'm gonna see if he's I'm gonna see if he's still alive. He's got a pulse or anything. Because I can't exactly tell from there if
Do you
he's
know
dead.
Infernal? I think you actually know Infernal, don't you?
I do. Yeah, it's my last language that I have on my page.
Yeah, make a Arcana check.
8. Oh, 28. Nice. Crit.
So from his documents, you can also gather they are written in Infernal, and you're able to crack the code that it's written in. It'll take you an hour or two to do it, but it's something you can do while you're chilling out here in the keep. You find out that they're gathering at Cinder Hill, preparing to march in Drellin's Ferry. Several thousand Goblinoid warriors.
Let me look at my map here. Okay, so they're okay. Say again. So where are they starting off?
They're at Cinder Hill right now.
Cinder Hill.
You know, those are the four commanders. Right.
They're still behind the bridge, right?
Mm-hmm. You know that Azarkul, the High Warlord, he dwells in a massive temple in the heart of the mountains, but Koth doesn't. The notes do not note an exact location.
Okay.
And this is the other information that's on there. You know that the Red Hand contains dozens of hobgoblin, goblin, bugbear, an ogre tribe, several dragons, and his notes talk of
several dragons.
His notes talk of him contacting one of them, a green dragon named Ozyrandian, who you came into contact with. Tells about Skull Gorge Bridge. You've been there and seen it. You know destroying the bridge would delay them several days. Drone's Ferry is where the initial assault will fall on El Surveil, and Kulth intended to lead the attack personally. In his absence, he suspects Ozymandian or some other chieftain or champion will lead this attack. Simply taking Koth out won't stop it from happening, or stop the Horde from attempting anyway.
So just taking him in captive is not gonna accomplish anything?
It will actually give you it'll give you a set amount of victory points towards the campaign. He basically used this base as a forwarding outpost for planning the invasion. So taking out that part of the operation will slow them down some.
Do I have any kind of inclination as to what this base was being used for? Just like a forward outpost?
Yeah, it's like a forward outpost, basically, so he could keep track on what was going on in Drellin Fair. He's kind of like the warlord that's in charge of scouts and spying.
Mm-hmm.
And raiding. Some of like the raiders you killed in the initial part of the adventure, they were part of his advance. Basically, any hobgoblin you've killed up to this point were under his command.
Gotcha. Now, tell me what the fuck is behind this goddamn door. I've been waiting to find out what's behind this door for like months. Is there anything in here? Investigation check.
Let's see. So this looks like some kind of stables. This looked where they kept their wargs when they weren't using them. There's like warg poo everywhere. It also looks like where there's a large mound of moldy straw, battered table of 4 chains in the middle of the room, and 4 horse stalls make up the middle of the room. This is where you suspect the Minotaur also slept, because you see Minotaur poo everywhere as well.
But nothing of value, nothing else of significance, no trap doors, no cellar doors, nothing.
No, nothing that you can make out. It looks like a barn, a stable. There's like hay strewn everywhere and warg and Minotaur droppings around.
I'm gonna run back here. I'm gonna check this room. What's inside this room here?
You hear like a rustling on the other side of the door, and you hear as if something is like waking up on the other side. You hear like a kind of like a screeching yawn sound.
I'm gonna disguise myself as the general. Can I do that?
You have some spell that would allow you to, sure.
Oh, there's this one, and then hold on.
Your strength, your giant size would have ended as well, so you're back to normal size.
No, I don't want to use this one. I want to use. I can't use this guy's self. Okay, I'll just use minor illusion. No, I don't think that would work, would it? Create a sound or image of an object. I don't think I can use that. Can I, is it like a solid door? What kind of door is it? Are there windows? Can I maybe get like a vantage point up here and see from the window?
Yeah, as you get to that point, you see this large beast. Kind of looks like a lion with wings
Oh fuck!
emerge from the top of the tower at what you're climbing. It's climbing up right here, and looks around lazily and
Holy
sees
shit!
sees you looking at it, and like kind of like screech barks, roars at you. And it's like, what? What do you want?
I'm gonna freeze and not move. I go.
He just says, go to Karth, Koth, Koth, Koth.
He's saying what now? Go to Koth?
Mm-hmm. It stretches its wings out and like folds them. It looks around. It sees like some, the carnage of the courtyard, and it kind of
Mm-hmm.
shakes its head and is like, ugh, and just flies off.
Flies off.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that?
Yeah.
What? Go to Koth. Now, what is this guy's name again? The guy that I captured?
Warlord, Wormlord Koth.
Oh, so he's Koth. Wait, why was the creature saying go to Koth?
Roll intelligence check. All right, so you suspect that this creature isn't that intelligent, and it probably confused you for somebody working for Koth.
Okay, I'm super confused. I walk into the room, find out what the hell's in
You
here.
suspect it's going off to like go look for food because it just woke up. Um, and having seen like there's been some battle, it's not, that doesn't concern it. It doesn't look like there's any battle going on at the moment. So it's not a smart creature. It gets hungry, and it thinks that you're working for Koth and that you're just like lost.
Hmm.
You suspect it'll probably return at some point. It seems to be stationed here as you're like in its home, and it told you like, go Koth,
Do I know?
leave home.
Do I know anything about the creature? Maybe I could use that information to
You can make an Arcana check if you want.
subvert it.
It is a yeah. You can make Arcana.
22.
You recognize the creature as a Manicore.
Hmm.
Manicore is a mythical creature with a man's head and a lion's body and a scorpion's tail.
With
They're
a
not
man's head?
uh, kind of like a man's head. Yeah, yeah. Let me blow up the picture.
Okay.
I made it go away.
I have to go, by the way. Can we save this and pick it back up in 45 minutes?
Well, maybe they look like that.
Jesus Christ, that's fine.
Mhm. Yeah, it had like a rough common tongue, like guttural sounding. It's not very intelligent. But yeah, we'll end it
Alright.
here for now.
My quick question, is there anything value in the room? I came back here and I did all this hard work. I just want to know if there's any treasure.
So Koth had some stuff on him, and this room in particular. Let me see if it has anything. You can see from your perch that it does have some glittering, looks like gold, maybe some jewelry down amongst its nest.
Nice. Alright. Okay, let's save it here.
All right,
I'll be back on in 45.
all right, man. Later.
Okay, see you.